What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel as well as on Twitch, so make sure you come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound, and I do have a new song out recently called Just Kids, so check it out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. All right, guys, I'm going to start with this comment here from Lapsus, as well as I know iHolder had sent something earlier about the audio. I apologize. I'm not sure what it is. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not using my pro audio for this. Just I bought like a USB microphone just to make things easier. But I think it was me just being way too close to the microphone and having the gain up super high. But people were then also complaining about the fact that they couldn't hear because the volume was too low. So all I'm doing is taking like, I don't know, a little bit of a step back here. Let me know if this works, but I appreciate you guys for letting me know that the audio is not great. Again, when I listen to it on speakers, I don't listen to the entire thing, and I know I probably get a little rambunctious at times. So when people are saying that the sound breaks as it gets louder, that is something that I understand. So thank you to iHorse, thank you to Lapsus for that. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, let me know. Keep letting me know if the audio is not good, and I will, if I have to bust out the pro audio thing, I will actually get a second set so that I can just do this here entirely. Before, what I used to do, I used to switch back and forth between my music gear and here whenever I wanted to record videos, which with the volume of videos that I put out, as you guys know, was quite annoying because I would have to do it every single day. I would switch back and forth. And so I bought this microphone, and maybe it's just a garbage microphone, who knows. But thank you so much for bearing with me, and we'll see how this one goes. But we have the next iteration of this answering your Splinterlands comments video. Like I said, I was out of town for the majority of last week, and I just want to catch up and chat with you guys. So what the pick saying, good to know. We'll see what Cinder holds. This is on the video that I posted yesterday about the land card launch date and my December expectations, so we'll see how that plays out. Snowball says, exciting times. People who went heavy into liquidity pools are looking in a strong position. Now, this is in response to the land resources are up more than 2x. Now, the thing you need to remember is that while people, back in July, while people may have been okay in terms of like they may have had a gain in the DEC value, or in the not the DEC value, it shows a gain in the resource value. You have to understand that's relative to DEC, and DEC has come down a lot. So it all really depends on when you've been in the liquidity pools. If you got in July, there's actually a chance that you're down, like your entire position is down. Now, you'll have more of each item, but each item is considerably worth less, right? From fees and all that. But yeah, it all just depends on when you got it. Either way, I have some excess capital in liquidity pools. And when I say excess capital, I'm probably talking about like $10, right? That I threw into the liquidity pools, and I'm just kind of like leaving there forever, or at least for the time being. So, I'm happy to see that there's a lot of volume coming in. I was thinking about putting in a portion of what I was earning from land into the liquidity pools, right? Just pairing it with DEC and then, throwing it in there for the long term. But at this point in time, I want to get all my land optimized. And here's kind of like the funny thing about this. I want to get all my land optimized, but I am so far away from that, and I don't think you'll ever be fully optimized, right? Because you can always get something that's more efficient for your land, whether it's leveling up the cards in terms of rarity or, foil, or with these new land cards coming out and potentially other land cards coming out in the future, just getting these cards to optimize, the different things that you can do. So it's going to be a forever game, and maybe I just need to bite the bullet and say, 10% should just be going into these pools. Let that stuff grow over time. I believe in land. I believe in, the kind of robust ecosystem and market volatility, not market volatility, but market volume that we're going to see over time. So maybe that's just the thing to do. But at this point in time, I still want to get, some awesome cards, and so therefore I'm essentially selling all of my resources, getting more DEC to stake on land, buying certain cards here and there. Actually, let me update that. For the last couple of days, I have not been selling my resources, or at least not more than I need to, because of the curiosity that I have, or the potential to buy some of these, I shouldn't say buy, mint some of these land cards. But I don't know if I'm going to take advantage of the allocation. That's I know I'm getting really deep into the weeds here. I don't know if I'm going to take advantage of the allocation. I wonder, even though there's a low mint price, I wonder if there's going to be a situation in which buying them on the marketplace will be cheaper. while that logically doesn't make sense because there's no reason for somebody to go in and buy a bunch to hopefully get gold foils, right? You'll have to buy the certain amount. The only way in which that would work is if you get, for example, once they start issuing the foils, the different foils. Let's say somebody gets a black foil, right, land card. They might then sell their regular foil. And the only way that you can get the black foil is if you have a regular foil maxed out, right? Because I believe that's where Labor's Luck is. But again, I'm getting too deep into the weeds here. Let's go into some of the other comments. We have Calbright saying, agree with no mini set for now. We want to see cards burning faster than are being released first. I agree, and I'm going to make a video on that in terms of like Cinder just needs to be all over the place, ideally. International Travel Channel, thank you for the comment. Parham, thank you for the comment. SPR Stoner says, I took this video as financial advice to buy Stone. Oh boy. Again, past performance is not indicative of future returns. Also, you're looking at past performance of other resources and thinking the same thing's going to happen to the resource that you hold. But in the I don't know. Best of luck. None of this financial advice. It's maybe financial advice, but not financial advice. All right. Eroni is saying, I'm selling into this. My land is under stakes, so this is bringing my land back to life. 40%. Okay, cool. Very cool. Oh, I didn't realize this iHorse comment was from 7 days ago. So yeah, I guess it was still pretty bad. But I didn't post for like 7 days. So hopefully the ones moving forward here will be good. Maybe on your end, I'm not hearing any odd noises or feedback. All right, well, thanks, Kelly. Like I said, you know what? I think the audio, I might have just been getting too close here and there, and maybe some people are more sensitive to that. But either way, hopefully this sounds better as of this video. All right, so Doombot says, I get some people's negativity, those that look at the game as an investment. It's not worked out as they expected so far, but the future Splinterlands looks brighter than it has for a while, and there are plenty of other games that have just been wiped off the face of the Web3 landscape. Hoping they add a form of the luckiest long shot to Frontier 2. That would be cool. No, now, to dive into this a little bit deeper, Doombot, you have to understand that while this is a game, it also exists in the world of crypto. And the biggest daddy in crypto is still Bitcoin, right? And Bitcoin has not performed the way many people thought that it would. It's trading under 100,000. Many people thought this would be the year following the halving, and we get a massive bull run. So despite that, the entire market, the entire crypto market from the top on down has not seen any growth, any hype, any euphoria. And yet Splinterlands continues to deliver really cool stuff. For me, that's a big thing in terms of moving us more towards the gaming side. We'll never be fully just a game, and we'll never be fully just an investment, right? Or crypto investment, or however people want to look at it. Obviously, in 2021, people leaned way heavily towards the crypto side because the returns were good, and the game was just, it was serviceable at best, right? It's just a very simple game. I remember the first battle I ever played being disappointed. I'm like, oh, that's it, right? But then I quickly got hooked, and I started understanding, and it was the returns that made me stick around and fall in love with the game, and now I play the game. Now I literally play free versions, right? Training versions of the game without even earning any money. It's just when I get free time, I'm like, I want to check out, the new cars, or I want to check out the meta in, what's that called, in modern format, and I'll play that without any kind of return. So that's been my evolution, and I do believe that we'll see where the investment side of things go, the financial crypto side of things go, based on where the market eventually goes, and if crypto gaming or Bitcoin or whatever kind of narrative pops up. But I really, really think it's great that the team has invested heavily. I shouldn't use the word invested because people are getting confused. I think it's great that the team is focused heavily on the gaming side to make it an even better experience. Where now, I don't even know the value in terms of dollar value of grain or any of these other things. I don't really focus on that as much. I know that DEC is way below its peg, but I don't even I'm not even following and tracking that as much as I used to. I just go in and I get the DEC that I need, and then I convert that into whatever, I either stake it on land or I go and buy the cards that I need off the marketplace with whatever the market value of DEC is. DEC has just become more of a transaction currency for me rather than oh my gosh, I need to get X, Y, and Z, and it's going well below. Now, that being said, if at some point I do want to maybe buy car. Well, actually, I am already doing that. If you think about it, like I'm selling resources for DEC, knowing that DEC is well below peg, and then staking that on land. Because right now I know that I'm getting like a 40+% discount. Other people look at that and say, oh, well, you know, the new cards are at a 40% discount, right? The ones that you buy in packs are from the store. So, you know, there exists a spectrum of different ways in which that demand is coming in for the lower, you know, below peg DEC. Okay, we are already at about 10 minutes, so let me go ahead and cut this off. Like I said, I'll be doing a lot of these videos just to catch up, and I mean, I enjoy doing them, so maybe even, I don't know why I'm getting stuck on my words here. I'll probably do them once a day or every other day, just because you guys are awesome about leaving comments, and I don't want to like get another backlog in and try to keep the responses that I have relevant, or your comments relevant, as obviously things can change very quickly. So we'll go ahead and just finish off with these three here. So Pomp says the game is in a death spiral. The lower DC goes, the greater amount of DEC the team needs to sell, causing DEC to go even lower. Reverse flywheel effect. Now, I generally agree with your logic here, but understand that the team also is getting capital from other areas. So whenever people bring credits into the game, which is still a significant amount, right? Maybe $30,000 a week, which is, again, maybe not enough to service all of the bills, but they don't need to sell DEC for that. Now, this is why I keep harping on, and I will continue to do so. The team needs to find other revenue sources rather than just pulling DEC out of the DAO, because that depegs DEC, but we are not at that level yet, so we need to figure that out. All right, Yvonne says 250,000 SPS with max chaos deck and wild makes about 250,000 glint a season. Not sure how you got 400,000 per season. Well, I have about double the amount of SPS that I am staking, about 500,000. So that's probably why I am significantly higher. The other thing too that I'm considering is maybe going out and renting more SPS, but you know, the cost is higher on renting that SPS. So maybe it's about time for me to start focusing on building my SPS stack again, taking a little bit of a break from land. I don't know. Should I not? What do you guys think? And then finally from Kazrak here, sorry to be blunt here, but I generally avoid anything that has Lorcas on. He has been massively negative every time I've heard from him, to the point where I outright ignore any opinion he might have. Well, fair enough. You know, like I said, Lorcas is going to have his opinions. I'm going to agree or disagree with a certain amount. I'm going to provide whatever pushback. I think it's good to discuss. I can actually agree with you in the sense that there are times when I'm discussing with Lorcas where I don't think that it's coming from a rational place, right? His arguments are good, but the points are good, but the arguments behind them are coming from like, well, they didn't do this and they're never going to get everything right. And it's like, all right, well, we're not having a logical discussion anymore, right? And Lorcas is a very intelligent person. So like, I know that exists in there. It's just, I can understand sometimes when he gets on and does his little rants. And if that's the case, then, you know, I'm not going to sit here and apologize. Like, I want to be able to have people with differing, you know, thoughts on. And if that's not something for you, then I understand. But the stuff with Lorcas is always going to be labeled with the triad, right? So hopefully you'll stick around for the other videos where you get my opinion or the opinion of any other people that I have on the channel. And if there are people that you want me to talk to, because I know that I've been a little like insular, just like focused. I've just been busy is really what it is. Like Lorcas is the one who's been reaching out, Lorcas and Tails, to do those. So that's why I've been wanting to chat with more people, or wanting to chat with people in general. But if there are other people that you want me to have on the channel here and there, I'm happy to open this up again. This was never meant to be, like, this is just for fun for me, right? Like, I want to have cool, fun conversations. If you think there are people around the game that it would be fun to engage with that again, because I used to do it way more often, let me know, and I will work on getting those for you guys. So that is all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.